Hello, Byron, and welcome back to Wishes of Nibiru.
Thank you.
Can you go over your props that you brought with you today?
Well, so I have Sally, my smoke kit, I have my knives, one of these chairs, I have my specs, my bracelet, my collar. I decided, just for the one shot, I would show off James's weapon that he slashed at me with.
Very nice, very nice. That's essentially what I was imagining.
So yeah, just seeing him just slide under the bed of a truck wielding this was not fun. And then also for the one shot, and because I actually had one.
Yeah! That is fantastic.
So,
you know what? You are getting 3 die for props today.
I'm not going to be able to wear this the whole time because it's really hot.
That's fair. Still impressive. It's okay, you can throw it off and say you're stripping naked.
Yeah, run through. That'll shock the guards enough for me to stop.
Alright. Let me know what happened to you last in the voice and mannerisms of Byron. Tell me where we left off. Tell me what happened last session. As far as you understand it.
As near as I can tell, I was someplace between life and death, someplace where I could finally have a chance to connect with some of these things that have been raging inside my head for so long, to actually meet them face to face. I got to look inside of myself and see that it is most definitely not just one voice. It is much more, and there is memory that I can't explain yet. There was William, the librarian, who, whenever he was burned, either as a witch or a heretic or both. Others yet from much later eras, like James, who seems to only be not that far off in age and time from me and mannerisms. I finally got to stand. I got to look Nairobi in the face for the first time and meet him. And for each of these distinct different voices inside of me, I tried to connect them to what defined them. For Nairobi, it was a crown that he is not quite restored enough to bear. For others, like James, it was a bag of Doge coins. For Aggie, it was a sword embedded in stone. Yet, for each of these items, I felt something different when I held them. The most worrying was the gauntlet, the things I saw when I put it on, the voice I heard, the face of that monstrosity that I and the others at the school faced. Somehow there's something connected there too, and I don't understand that yet. But it was enough at least I was able to figure out enough so that I could wake up and start to figure out what had happened to me since being shot in the girls' locker room. And yet, as I started to wake up, there was a new voice, one I didn't recognize, someone precise and sharp with his instructions, and he gave me information that might help me get out of wherever I am. And so I awake and I'm strapped to a bed.
All right. Alright, so Byron, you awaken once again in what appears to be a medical room. You start to crack your eyes, but you don't fully open them yet. It's bright. It's very bright. You do not have your shades. Let's see here. In front of you, as you glance up, you can see that the far wall with the door is a giant mirror. The entire thing is a mirror. And directly above the door is a security camera pointing down from the corner and into the room.
What do my restraints look like? And where are they
This
located?
time, you are restrained by, you have metal restraints. You have actual cuffs,
Okay.
mantles on your wrists and ankles made of metal.
Okay.
You have an IV in your left arm hooked up to a bag, which is up above your left shoulder on a stand with wheels. Let's see here. You have several electrodes taped to your face, shoulders, and chest.
Okay.
You are in a medical gown. You do not see your clothing or possessions anywhere.
Okay. Is there, other than the bed I am in, is there any other features to the room other than the mirror, the door?
Yes.
And
So, leaning over to your left, on the far left wall in the corner, is a stainless steel toilet sticking out from the wall, showing no privacy. It's right in view of the camera. There is also a very large round hardwood table. It is about 5 feet in radius.
Okay.
So 10-foot diameter, very large table. It has a single wooden chair on either side of the table. Go ahead and make a, let's see here. I'm going to say investigation roll.
All right. Already using the inspiration with the first roll. So that's a total of 17.
17?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like an interrogation room.
Okay.
You would have seen one on TV from watching like CSI Miami or something similar.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're at CSI Tokyo by now. Is there multiple forms of light? Like, is it just
No.
one bright light?
There is one single bright light attached to the ceiling.
Okay. And what are the walls seem to be made out of? Are they painted or?
The walls appear to be stucco, like the last medical room you were in.
Okay. Alright, so is it like a strap like this, but it's metal, or is it like handcuffs?
It's neither. It is, well, it is more similar to handcuffs, but it does not close the same way handcuffs do.
Okay.
It's got a hinge and 2 pieces of metal.
Okay.
And it attaches essentially like a seat belt, but with a keyhole for a key in order to actually unlock it.
Oh, I see. Okay. And how tight is it around my wrist? Is there any give?
It is not tight enough to hurt you, so there is a little give, but it is not something you would be able to very easily get out of.
Okay.
And it would be nearly impossible to get out of the ankle ones without severely damaging your foot.
Right. Where is the IV inserted in my arm, and which arm?
The IV is inserted into your forearm on your left arm.
Okay. So like right about here, and then...
A little lower, but yeah.
Okay. And then the restraint is here.
Correct.
Okay. Can I push down my arm enough to try to edge out the needle?
Can you explain that a little bit more for me?
So I'm trying to push my wrist down the brace more and catch, because generally they will either go, you know, one way or the other down the vein.
Right.
Usually up.
Correct.
If I could catch like the tube or the edge of the, I can pull it. Maybe sleight of hand.
What's your strength?
A 6, so -2.
Okay. Roll, yeah, I'll go sleight of hand, sure. Trying to decide whether or not you were scrawny enough for it to be able to slide very far up your forearm.
Yes. 20.
20? Okay, it takes some effort. You kind of have to lean over to that side and kind of shove a bit, because you are restrained from your right arm, so it's a little bit difficult. It takes some working to push, but you can catch it. I'm going to say you take 2 points of damage as you rip about that needle trying to slide it out of your arm, and you start to bleed a bit. More than a bit. Not enough that you're going to be taking continuous damage, but you're bleeding from that arm now.
Yeah.
Is there any other immediate actions you would like to take? The machine starts to beep a little bit more sporadically now.
The door, is there, is it look like it's like hermetically sealed, like there's no light? Or?
The door has a single square window in the top, and it is made of steel.
Okay.
Very sturdy looking door.
Okay. I'm going to try. I'm just going to take in my surroundings and listen, and just try to slowly wiggle my arm, trying to get the needle to go down to where I can catch it with my hand.
You have succeeded in getting the needle out of your arm.
Right. Now I'm trying to just like move my arm enough to where the now loosed.
You can wiggle it down to get into your left hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand. I'm going to warn you is going to be a very high DC because at least in my head that is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah. We're just gonna use it all. 20.
20?
20.
Okay. I'll say you managed to get the needle into your hand.
Okay. Can I try to use that as an improvised thief tool?
I will let you attempt to lockpick with disadvantage.
Ooh.
And do you have proficiency with thieves' tools? Okay, I'll let you use your proficiency, but again at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, 4 and an 8, so it would be
4 plus your dex plus 3 is your proficiency.
9.
9?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say that you fail on that.
Okay.
Was a good effort. And as you're sitting there fiddling with the needle, the metal door opens up, and Agent Nightfall walks in with a clipboard.
Is my chest wrapped, or can I feel like if
Your
my
chest
chest
is
is tight, like it's wrapped? Okay.
Yes.
Am I having any difficulty breathing, or?
Yeah, I'll say you're having a little bit of difficulty.
Okay.
He walks in with a clipboard. Says, "Good morning, Byron. I see you're causing trouble already."
Why am I here?
Well, you assaulted an FBI agent. You were breaking and entering. But mainly, this is why. And he proceeds to pull up a machine that sort of looks like a like a store scanner that you might see a Walmart clerk using, like a little price gun sort of thing.
Okay.
And he proceeds to point it directly at you, and you hear this sound. And then he attaches it back to his belt. He walks over to one of the metal chairs and he pulls it back and sits down at the table, puts his feet up on the table. What were you doing at the school?
Trying to find kind of rasping with my breath, trying to go with having a hard time breathing, and
are you trying to play it up like extra? Like, are you trying to make it seem even worse than it is?
Yes.
Okay. Roll performance.
7.
7?
7.
Okay, he ignores you. He says, "Why were you at the school?" Looking at the clipboard.
To find out who the jock was.
Who the what?
Who the jock was.
What jock?
There was the photos, and I had a note, and it said a student's name, and we were trying to find records, but he's not there anymore, and nobody remembers.
I'll be back. He stands up and walks out of the room.
Okay. Any voices in my head?
At this moment, no, but you could attempt to speak to one.
I'm trying to reach out and talk to Pablo.
Okay. What do you say?
Pablo, these guys got me trapped. How do I force my way out? Strapped to a gurney.
Let's see. You're going to have to dislocate your thumbs.
Wish I had just gone with that, because that was the plan I was actually going to do. But the way that the straps sounded, it didn't sound like it would work.
It won't be easy even if you do.
Yeah, it'd be painful.
After a bit, the door opens back up and Agent Nightfall walks back in.
Mm-hmm.
He has a clipboard. He turns it around. He says, is this who you mean? And he shows you a picture of...
David?
No.
No. Wally?
No. Jake.
Jake is... Sorry, out of character. Jake is Nadia's friend?
No. Jake, you may recognize. You have seen him one time.
Okay.
And that was during the very, very first session. He was one of the people who was tagging along with Wally.
Yeah, he's good. He nods. A nod. Yeah.
You were looking for him.
So,
The bank robber.
what?
Interesting. Sets it down. Says, so were you in on the bank heist?
Bank heist? You mean that fire downtown?
Roll Constitution.
Which dice will not fail me? That is the question. Flat 11.
11?
Yep.
Okay. You feel a jolt through your body, and
Dang it!
You do not take any damage, but
Okay.
it is very jarring.
Alright.
It says, don't play dumb. Were you in on the bank heist?
No. I wasn't in on any bank heist.
Who else is there like you?
Like me.
You feel another jolt. Roll Constitution.
Boy. Natural 20.
Natural 20? Okay. You grit your teeth and you just power through it. It doesn't change your expression at all. You can choose how you react to this jolt being sent through your body.
There's nobody like me.
He walks over and proceeds to unlock your left wrist,
Where does he retrieve the key from?
his right pocket.
Okay. And what is he doing?
If you don't react, he starts to walk over to the other side of the bed.
No, I don't react. I'm
Okay.
still shaking off the jolt of electricity, and my body's still tense, and I'm trying to cough.
Unlocks your other wrist, and then walks over and unlocks your ankles. However, the ankles are a bit different. When he turns the key in the locking mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
they don't open up. They just unattach from the table.
Oh, okay.
So you have 2 ankle bracelets now.
Is there any sort of lights or anything on these?
There are no lights.
Alright, I am not moving or taking any hasty action.
He says, that bag is the only reason that you're alive right now. So I wouldn't be in such a hurry to bleed out. Looks at your clear.
Yeah, so I'm sure that by now that my arm is like there's a few drops of blood dropping from it from the vein, still not clotting just yet because it's only been a few minutes. And I'm not moving. I'm not trying to aggravate him.
Okay. He looks behind him. He says, "Can I get some bandages?" Door pops open for a second. And he walks over and grabs some bandages from outside the door. Closes the door.
Do I hear anything, or is there like any sort of air pressure change or temperature change?
There's neither an air pressure change nor a temperature change, but you do hear multiple footsteps outside the door.
Okay.
So you hear the footsteps of multiple people, to be more precise.
Okay.
And he tosses the bandages over to you. Says, "Fix yourself up."
Can I roll medicine?
Huh?
Can I roll medicine?
Yeah, go for it.
12.
12? Okay, you're able to put them on fine enough.
Okay.
Fix up your arm.
Get the bleeding to stop, at least? Okay.
He says, "Detach yourself, sit at the table." He walks over and sits back down at the table, kicks his feet up.
Okay. I'll slowly make my way over. So, what am I still connected to?
You have a bunch of electrodes attached to you, so
Okay.
little taped.
So,
cups.
but they're not like, there's not a wire going somewhere else that I can...
The
determine.
wires are going from the electrodes to underneath the bed.
Oh, okay. So, like... Okay, so I have to get up from the bed and go over to the table. Is there any wiring following me? Or...
You detached your wrist, and so, no. But you would have to take off the electrodes in order to walk over there.
Okay. I'll look at him questioningly before, you know.
Take them off.
Okay. I'll take them off. And I'll go sit down.
Okay. Your wrists or your ankles feel kind of heavy as you walk over.
And there's a breeze at the bear cracking my ass. So.
He looks at you. And he says, "The gymnasium burned down. Was that you?"
I don't play with fire.
He squints at you. And he says, "So you don't have any more friends that have abilities besides Jake here?"
I'm trying to lie. I'm saying there's no one that has abilities like me.
Roll deception.
13.
13. Okay, roll Constitution as he presses a button and you get shocked again.
17.
17?
Yep.
Okay, you manage to grit your teeth and bear through it. How many are there?
There's just... I don't know if... Wait... So So you're saying he's the bank robber? Well, what about Wally?
What about Wally?
Well, I mean, he's part of... Jake isn't... He's not a big thinker. You know, he runs in a group. He's a jock.
Are you the thinker?
I'm not with Wally. Wally's the one you want.
Who's Wally?
Wally, I don't know his name.
Roll deception.
9.
9?
9.
Okay. He stares hard and long at you.
At least I'm not seeing multiple versions of you this time. How do you do that? Crawl on the ceiling. How did you do that?
And he just looks at you for a couple seconds. He says, "Somebody will bring in your food later." And he stands up and walks out.
So I disconnected. So to be clear, I disconnected all those neurones, and
Correct.
he did something, and I got shocked. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Roll perception.
$13.
Okay. No extra information.
Alright, I'm just going to sit at the table. Once he does walk out, I'll go and use the bathroom, use the toilet.
Okay.
And just I'll look around the room.
Okay.
Just see if there's...
You see that there is a box underneath your bed. Looks like what the electrodes were attached to.
Okay.
The bed, this one does have wheels, but it doesn't look like it's easily movable. Like it's not light.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. There's the very, very large round wooden table, the toilet, the camera, the large metal door, the stucco walls, and the one wall that appears to just be a giant solid mirror. The room is approximately 25 by 20 feet.
25 by 20 feet. Okay. I'll go and look in the mirror and just kind of stare at it for a while.
Okay.
And then I'll go and see if I could look out the window of the door, or if it's shuttered, to see if it's shuttered or not.
You go and look. There appears to be a sliding piece that is currently closed, preventing you from seeing all the way through it.
Okay.
As you are looking at the door, it starts to open.
Okay.
A gentleman walks in a security uniform. He has a metal tray. On it is what appears to be some mashed potatoes and creamed corn. He sets it down, as well as a metal spoon. Well, it depends. How far back do you step back?
To the table.
The table? Okay.
Yeah.
He walks it over to the table, sets it down, and then goes to walk back out.
Okay. Can I see out into the hallway at all this time?
No, you would not be able to from your angle.
Okay.
If this is the corner of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the door opens this way.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. He exits.
I'll lightly taste the food.
Tastes fine. Doesn't taste especially good, but it's well enough.
Okay. Is there anything to drink with it?
No, they did not bring anything to drink.
Okay. I'll eat a few bites.
Okay.
The metal chairs, were they bolted in or
They're not.
Okay.
They're not on wheels though.
Right. See if Pablo says anything else.
Pablo says, I don't know, man. You're on camera. They know who you are. They've seen your insides. Doesn't look good, bro.
I'll grab the pillow from the bed and just go sit at the table and just lay my head down and think for a while, listening to, trying to catch any sounds I might catch from outside.
You hear the voice again, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It comes into your head. It says, "This is the last bit of help that I'll give you. If you do not use it immediately, you'll have to find your own way out. I would advise destroying the servers when you leave. They are," he says, "you'll see them if you take 2 rights when you exit the store." And as soon as he says that, all of a sudden, you hear, all the power goes out.
Okay.
One second. All the power goes out, and you hear a click, click, and you feel as the metal links on your ankles fall off.
Was there a light on the camera?
Their roll perception.
Natural 1.
You don't remember if there's light on the camera. There isn't now.
Okay. Shit. Okay, I'm going to go to the door and very quietly try to slide it open.
Won't open. It's locked.
Is there a keyhole on this side, or is it an electronic lock?
There is no keyhole on this side.
Okay.
There is a badge reader next to the door. But he did not hit the badge reader when he left.
Right. Okay. So
There's a flicker. Those lights almost come back on but stay off.
well, this is kind of a really you just need to go situation. So I have a question. All right, so I have to choose a creature with planar warrior, unfortunately. How low does the window go?
What window?
The mirrored glass.
It's the whole wall.
Okay, so top to bottom?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to take one of the metal chairs to the window, or to the mirror.
With your 6 strength?
Yeah. Well, that's why I checked to see if I could use planar warrior, but it has to be an enemy. So, as much as I would like to declare mirror, or can I Because I've just been in my mindscape, so can I attack myself at the mirror? And that be...
No.
Oh, okay. Damn. I tried. So roll?
Roll an athletics check.
Yeah, I know. 10.
10?
10.
I'm going to say the chair is very heavy. You managed to lift it and heft it, but it just sort of bounces off of the mirror and doesn't really do much of anything.
If I just feel my body, do I feel any of those?
No.
No? Okay. I'm going to try Eldritch Blast on the glass, on the mirror.
Okay. Roll an attack. Don't do an attack roll, just roll damage. You hit the giant wall.
Are you sure? It is pitch black.
I mean, you can roll to see if you get a nat 20.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Or a nat 1.
No, 17 on that guy. And that's now, because that is a cantrip. Blast. Yep. Oh, okay. So I actually fire 2 beams.
Yes, you do now.
Do you want it separate or added together?
I'm sorry.
Do you want the damage combined or read to you separately?
Oh, combine.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to throw these out?
I'm trying to not throw them as much as I'm trying to just one goes through one hand and the other goes through the other, and I just touch the glass and just push the energy through.
All right. As you do so, you blow it open. Glass goes flying everywhere,
Okay.
and lights come back on.
Is there anyone in that room?
There is not somebody immediately outside. What you do see is a very thin-looking wall in front of you that doesn't go quite all the way up to the top of the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
You see to your left is a more solid wall that attaches to this sort of... It looks kind of like a divider, like an office divider that's in front of you. And then there's another one set perpendicular to it, to your right, and a small gap in between that divider and the wall of the room. Looking at the other side, you can see that this was a two-way mirror, and that anybody who was standing here would have been able to see anything inside the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so is there a door?
You hear footsteps and running and bustling and prisoner escape! Prisoner escape! Help! Help!
Okay. Is there a door in this room?
There isn't a door. There's an opening.
Oh, okay.
But to help you out,
yay! Visual aids.
you are right here. So, mirror you just broke out of, table, toilet, bed, camera, steel door.
Okay.
This is a divider. It doesn't look like a wall that's actually attached to the building.
Okay.
This is another divider right here that has been set up against the first divider.
Okay. I'm going to try to stealthily work my way to the edge by the door.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Oh, God damn it. 9.
9. Place yourself where you're moving to. Okay. Rushing up. Here is Agent Nightfall. Running towards you, you see a security officer.
Okay.
And here, you see somebody dressed in business casual clothing. Nightfall points a gun at you. I would like you to roll initiative.
Oh boy. Seven.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Says, Byron, hands on your head, now. Points the gun at you.
Out of character, the voice in my head said it's 2 rights out of this door to get to the servers?
Yes.
Okay.
2 rights out of the door from the holding chamber you were in.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. You said you were a 7, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the security guard do anything?
Not yet, but he is in the middle of charging towards you.
Oh boy.
And he's reaching for his gun.
He's going to move.
It's 20. Okay.
What do we see?
You see a long table with 5 separate monitors and computer towers and office chairs.
Okay.
You also see 3 more individuals, all in casual dress attire. Sorry, business casual attire.
Okay.
I'm going to go place them. You see 2 over here in the corner, and 1 still at his computer.
I will scream at Agent Nightfall to just leave me alone. I'm just a kid. And then I'm going to fire an Eldritch Blast at the first computer I see.
Okay. What about your second blast?
This wall. Or maybe just this divider here.
You gonna fire it at the divider?
Yeah, I'm trying to scare the people. I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
Gotcha.
At the moment.
Alright, roll attacks for both.
Okay.
First one for the, you're going for the tower, the monitor?
Yeah.
Which one?
The tower.
Okay. This is
7.
Oh, that's with your charisma modifier?
Oh no, charisma would be a 6.
6.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say that the first one hits in between the monitor and tower, blows the monitor up, knocks the tower over.
Okay.
Roll your attack at the divider. 18. Roll damage.
Oh, 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage?
1 point.
Okay. It skims the divider and sends the divider toppling over.
Okay.
One
Ooh, does it hit the guard at all?
I'm going to figure that out. Nightfall shoots you. You take 9 points of damage.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw, please. DC 11.
22.
Okay, so that's 2d10. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
It was 6 total. He made a save, so 3 points of fire damage.
All right. He leaps backwards as you turn and utter your words to him as the shot.
Yeah, that would be...
Fire explodes right where he was standing.
Okay.
And he is burned a bit by it, but he manages to move to the side to not take the brunt of the damage. Let's see. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No.
No? Okay. The guard, who wasn't damaged but did get hit by the dividers that fell on him, proceeds to take a step back to get away from the divider, and then proceeds to step over it, pull his gun, and screams, "Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!" with his gun pointed at you. This guy is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You would get an attack of opportunity, except you've used your reaction for this round. These guys are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, 30. When this guy moves away from you, the guard is going to take a shot at you.
Okay.
Oops. He fires and misses. And now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move to behind cover. There's still someone here.
He's
Is he hiding
rocking
under
out to his headphones, doesn't seem to realize.
Oh God. Oh. Okay, so is this one now not there essentially?
Can consider it flat on the floor.
Okay.
Essentially. Roll perception.
And a natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
You can see that both of these dividers are filled with notes and diagrams and strings of yarn connecting different information. You see a picture of Jake in one. You see a picture of yourself. You see a note that says Trevor McCallum written in marker across it. You see a check mark next to the word sister underneath Trevor McCallum. And let's see, you see some printouts from various news stations about the bank robbery and about the Aurora Borealis seen over the school. Yeah, natural 20. What else do you see?
Is there anything that looks like a server?
Yes. Because you got a natural 20 of perception. I'll tell you exactly where it is. You see it underneath the table at the guy who's rocking out to his headphones feet. Let's see. You see a map, and it's a map of the city, and it's got a circle around a building. You don't know the building, but you do recognize the area. It's about 4 or 5 blocks away from the library that you frequent.
Oh, okay. So that's the more industrial side of town, right?
No, it's more of a business section, kind of. Not necessarily like factories or anything like that, but more like work offices. There's a mall in that area.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the post office is in that area. The DMV is in that area.
Okay. Any other pictures?
There are no other pictures. The only actual face picture is one of Jake, and it's taken from the... Oh no, there's 2 pictures actually of Jake. One is taken from the camera at the bank robbery, and another one looks like it is a mug shot.
Okay. And there's no pictures of Wally?
There are no pictures of Wally.
Okay.
Time's run out. It's 6 seconds. I'll have it in
sorry.
6 seconds. Natural 20, so you got a lot of information in 6 seconds.
Okay, so I'm going to move up onto the guy and just both hands into the desk and blast the server.
You're like reaching underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Okay. 12.
That's fine. Okay, you slide his little office chair out of the way as you lean down and blast the server. Roll damage.
Okay. $15.
15?
Yep.
Okay, it blows apart. There's smoke. You summon this dark, blackish, bluish energy that goes flying out of your fingertips and creates a rippling effect underneath the desk. You hear a voice in the back of your head. It's the laughter of Zox. And you see as the guy's screen blue screens. He goes, "What the fuck?" He takes off his headphones, looks around. He's like, "Oh," and you see his whole face go pale. Let's see. Is that going to be it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right. 1 second. All right.
This guy use a key card. Huh?
Telling the camera I forgot something.
Oh. 10. Let's see here. This guy's going to take a shot at you.
Okay.
Ten.
That misses. I'm at a
Okay.
13 right now.
He fires, and you feel it as it clips your ear. You feel a little bit of warmth at your ear, but no damage. God, these guys must have like trained at stormtrooper school.
No, stormtroopers don't get nicks.
And then at this point, 5, 10, 15, Agent Nightfall proceeds to body slam into the barrier. I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
19.
19. Really?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because it's one of my it's
Oh,
it's
you
one
do
of my
have-
saving throws.
Nice.
Yeah, so I get proficiency and I'm a +2. so-
Okay. You manage to slide out of the way as the whole thing comes slamming down.
Okay.
He is across, though. He points the gun directly at your head and says, "Get on your knees, now, or I will kill you."
Okay.
And it is your turn. In your head,
Mm-hmm.
you hear the new voice again. It says, "The room on the opposite side of the building has your things."
Where is that? So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
For comedic effect, I'm going to say whenever you respond to your voices, you have to do it out loud.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll have ramifications later. Okay. So, game mechanics question. Is it still provoke an attack of opportunity if he has a ranged weapon on me and I try to cast a spell?
Yes. No, casting a spell doesn't provoke an attack ever.
Not in melee, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, I thought it did.
You just get disadvantage if you try to do any sort of ranged attack, whether it be spell or ranged weapon from melee range.
Okay. So would he get an attack of opportunity with a ranged weapon if I tried to move away?
Yes.
What type of roll would I make to try to disarm him?
To disarm him?
Yeah, to try to grab the gun.
I would make that a very high sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Very, very high, if you want to try and do that. You could also use the disengage action to just make sure his...
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, to just nope out.
Yeah. And both of those barriers are considered down now, so neither one is impeding your path. And I'm going to say with your natural 20 perception, you also notice that they're all wearing key cards on their belts.
Okay, on their belt. Okay.
Note that trying to disarm somebody or steal something from them is not a free action. It will
Right.
require an action.
A full action, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So either way, it's either I take the shot and try to do something. Where's that building? What am I supposed to do with that? Shit. And all the electricity is back and everything, right?
Yes, everything's on.
I didn't see any sort of breaker within that 20, did I?
No, there's no breaker. The lights are fluorescent lighting on hanging. God, what are those called? It's like rectangular light
Yeah, I know
boxes.
what
You
you
might
mean.
see it like
Yeah,
Walmart
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, hanging lighting. Actually, yeah, I'll do.
There are probably about 16 lights total in the room.
Okay.
On the ceiling.
But they're all strung together, right?
They're not strung together, they're all hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, so they're separate areas, like there's one here and one here. They're
Yes.
not like one massive row.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, then that trick won't work. He's going to try to run and take the...
Roll perception.
Oh, God. 12.
Okay.
13 technically.
Okay, you didn't see a breaker, but you do see several light switches over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to take the attack of opportunity and move.
You mean disengage?
No, I mean I'm going to take the shot.
You're going to allow it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a shot at you. He misses, actually.
6.
So, as he says, get on your knees or I will kill you, you twitch your head out of the way, he fires, it goes right where you were, and you begin bolting in that direction.
I'm going to fire both bolts at the light switches.
Okay. Make an attack roll for me, for both of them. I just want you to have one of them above 10.
Both. 17 and a 19 on the die.
Okay. Yeah, I won't make you roll damage, it's fine. You blow out the light switches, lights go out. Whole room is cast in darkness.
Okay. That was my movement.
Aside from dim lighting from the blue screens of the monitors.
Okay.
That
that was my on my turn. Well, yeah. Yep.
Alright.
This guy is going to leave. You may use an attack of opportunity if you want to hit him.
Can I try to, instead of hitting him, try to grab something?
No.
No?
Nope. Fortunately not. So he uses key, and he's going to get out here.
So, okay. He can still see the light even though the monitors are way back there.
Yeah, the dim lighting. Oh, and the key readers do have a small light on them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, you can't see them, so it doesn't matter.
So.
And this guy is going to go out this door. Roll perception.
No.
Okay.
8.
Another security guard steps out right here and proceeds to take a shot at you.
He misses badly.
Okay.
You see him run out and take a shot. It seems like he just understands the general direction of where you are, but he's not able to aim properly in the dim lighting from the blue monitors.
Okay.
The other guy is going to take a shot as well.
From around the corner?
Yeah, I think he can make that. It's a straight diagonal shot.
Okay.
Yeah. Your AC is 11?
No, 13.
13. Oh, is it?
Proficiency plus dex, right?
There's no proficiency. It is
just 8 plus modifier?
It is 10 plus dex.
Okay, so 12.
Okay, yeah. Plus any armor modifiers. You have 12. Well, 12 is
I
still
do
good.
have a plus 8 from my gown, so...
Yeah. He still technically misses by 1.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you feel it whiz past you.
Okay.
Nightfall is going to take additional shot. Good thing he had disadvantage. He misses, but if not for you taking out the lights, he would have crit on you. he is going to use his movement. 5, 15, 20, 30 to move here. And scream, "Get on the ground!" again.
Okay.
He already used his movement. This guy is just going to move to right here because he feels safer next to Nightfall. And then it is your turn. Voice in your head. The new security officer is blocking the way to your things.
Well, that's what the voice says, so what the voice says. I will roll to attack the, I will roll Eldritch Blast. I will fire both bolts at the security guard opposite of me.
Okay.
But 14 on both.
14 on both?
Yeah.
Both bolts hit, roll damage.
$16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to do this? How do you want to send those bolts at him? Because that is lethal damage, and a magic attack like this, you are not able to hold back and make it non-lethal. So,
Okay.
How would you like to kill this officer?
Oh, is he like just in a suit? Is he armored at all?
He is in a security officer's uniform, so he has on a long sleeve pale blue dress shirt with a collar. It has security patches on either shoulder, one on the chest above the heart. He's got a utility belt on, cargo pants, combat boots, and he is pointing a pistol in your general direction. I'm going to say it's a Beretta.
Okay. Byron will lash out with the dark energy. One of the bolts will hit him just straight in the right eye, and the other bolt will hit him in where the security patch is, and just start boring into his flesh.
Okay. Both bolts go flying out. One impacts him in the face. He screams for just a split second, and then you hear it very sharply cut off as his life leaves him. And the other one bores into his chest, leaving a hole, and he starts to just pour out blood from the chest wound as he collapses and falls over.
Okay. Would it still be an action and not an interaction if I moved and tried to grab the key card?
Yep. So you can't grab it at the moment. Oh no, it would be a free action now. So yeah, so you can grab it because he's dead. There's no resistance to be had.
2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. So I've gotten the key card.
Okay. I would like you to roll perception for me really quick.
18.
Oh, that's exactly what you needed. You notice somebody step out of the door over here.
Do I recognize them?
You do not recognize them. They are very, very well dressed in a suit. They have slick back hair. In the dark, you cannot see color, you just see shades of gray.
Mm-hmm.
So they have slick back hair, a full suit but no tie, and they look very professional, confident. See, they have a very expensive Rolex on, and they've just stepped out of the door calmly, and they're closing the door behind themselves. This guy will move here, and these guys will both take shots. So your AC was 12 at the moment?
Yep.
Okay. So, Nightfall steadies his gun, watches you move, takes a second to aim, fires, and blows a hole straight through your left shoulder. You take a total of 8 points of damage. The security officer also takes a shot, misses.
Okay.
But lucky you, because that hole in your shoulder could have been a hole in your head, because you got another nat 20, but it was ruined by disadvantage.
Wherever I go, shoot out the lights. Got it.
And he shouts, "God fucking damn it!" Seems very upset now. He runs up and he moves right here to block the door and get in your face.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
That really hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I do Hellish Rebuke?
Sure.
All right. So that's a DC 12 Dex save.
He fails.
Please. 11 points of flaming damage.
Okay. So I'm going to retract that really quick. He, after he fires, you turn around. You want to role play how you...
And then my Ignis! And I tried. I snapped my right hand.
Okay. He lights up in flames. The room flickers from the firelight. And he screams, "Ah!" And he then proceeds to flicker a couple of times. Like, disappear and reappear in the fire a couple times.
Okay.
And then instead of chasing after you, he turns and yells, "What the?" And then I'm going to say he takes a couple steps back.
Okay.
But he turned to look at the guy who stepped out before saying what, and taking a couple steps back.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
Alright, so minor action. Keycard. Open a door.
Okay. Light turns from red to green. You're able to enter. Okay. The room is lined with shelves, most of which are empty.
Okay.
But you do see some what looks like stones in plastic bags. Let's see, what else? Stones in plastic bags. You see a rose-high football jersey. And you see some cans of spray paint that are in a Ziploc plastic bag. You also see your clothing and your possessions, which have all also been placed in bags.
Okay. So whichever end that is, that's where I'm going to end up, and I'm going to be spending the rest of my turn grabbing my stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
And okay, it's your turn.
Do I hear anything?
You hear shuffling of footsteps very quietly beneath the sound of the alarm going off. And that's really about it.
Okay. Back to me?
Yep.
Alright, minor action, I will withdraw an item from the bags.
I'm going to say if you use your full action, you can collect your belongings.
Oh, from the past turn or this new turn?
This turn.
Okay. What was I able to do last turn then? Because that was when I entered the room.
Yeah. I'll say that you started grabbing them.
Okay.
And you can finish grabbing them by using your action on this. Because you have to unpack them all from bags.
Okay.
If you're going to get dressed, it'll take another full turn after this.
I'm not gonna spend the time to get dressed. I'm just grabbing all my stuff together and whipping out the gun.
Okay.
If it's there.
The gun is there.
Okay.
Roll perception.
18.
18. There is no ammunition in the gun.
Nor in the bags?
There is some in the bags.
Okay. A clip? Is there any clips in? Is the clip in there?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. So that would be another turn to load the gun?
I'll say it'll be a bonus action.
Okay. So in this turn?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so that's I'm just grabbing all the stuff then.
Okay. You hear outside, "Where is he? Where'd he go?" And then, let's see. You hear a voice in your head. You should destroy the boards.
Is it my turn?
Yep, it's your turn now.
I'd like to stealth quietly open the door.
Roll stealth. Stealthing is an action, by the way. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, 21.
Okay. You quietly open the door.
Where was he?
Outside, you see...
Dead guy is here. Brand new officer is here.
Okay.
So the old officer is nowhere to be found.
Okay.
New officer's here. These two are right here, standing face to face, talking to each other. Roll insight.
18.
18? Okay. You can see that Agent Nightfall looks very disheveled and flustered. His clothing is burnt up to pretty significantly, and he looks somewhere between angry and scared. And he's looking into the eyes of another man who is slightly shorter than him. And this other man looks very calm, cool, collected, has his hands in his pockets, and isn't really saying or doing anything. He's just looking him in the eyes.
And was this the same person I saw exiting the...
Yes.
Okay. Which way is this new guy looking?
He is looking around with his gun drawn, looking confused.
Alright. I will...
Your stealth is successful, so unless you interact with him or move directly next to him, he is not going to see you.
Can I use a minor action to open this door?
Yeah. But that is going to cause a beeping sound, so I'm going to see if he notices. He doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. Inside, you see a table surrounded by several chairs. The room is empty. It's got whiteboards on the far that wall, that side, covering the entire wall. It looks like it's been recently erased. It's just got a bunch of like smudge marks all over it.
Over on the right wall, you see a map of the city with various thumbtacks in it.
Okay. Well, that's my action.
Okay.
I can move a little bit further in the room, but that's about it.
Okay. You hear the voice in your head. It says, "The evidence boards are back near the servers. There is a vehicle you can use, but you'll have to go back the way you came."
Okay.
Let's see. 1 second. I have to roll for some NPCs. Okay. You hear outside, "Where'd he go? Where is everybody?" And it's your turn.
To be clear, there was, I didn't notice any breakers in either of these 2 rooms?
No.
Okay.
The boards he's talking about, by the way, are the ones that have the pictures.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Okay.
Byron's just having a hard time with how many individuals are in that room
Right.
versus his own current physical well-being.
You got a hole in your shoulder.
Yeah.
You've got some holes in your chest, which are starting to rip open. You look very wet.
Can I use the minor action to grab that map?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll do that and stow it in my pack.
Okay. Can you describe for me how you tear down this map?
God. How many tacks are in it?
About 9.
That'd be like a full round action to take it off carefully. To maintain where the positioning is on the with those tacks.
Probably.
I have my specs, right?
You do. They're in a plastic bag that you have with you. I'm going to say it would also be an action to reach in and turn them on and everything like that.
I feel like everything's on a really, really bad countdown. So from his knowledge, from Byron's knowledge and the use of his ability so far, like he can't just make those boards come on fire. He can only lash out with flame when he's hurt in that moment. So
Correct.
Would the Eldritch Blast be enough to destroy material like that? Or
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast. The Eldritch Blast is a concentrated blast of Eldritch energy, which I believe hits in the form of concussive force damage. So it can blow and rip things apart or punch holes directly through them. And it visibly shows as like a crackling black or bluish or purplish energy that you unleash. Similar to the coloring of Zox.
right? Alright, I'm gonna move back to the door, use the interaction to open it.
Did you do anything with the map? I don't
No,
recall.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stick my head and hands out and try to blast the billboards. It's 120 feet for the Eldritch Blast.
Just checking. 5, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, you got plenty.
Okay.
Roll 2 attacks, please.
A 3 and a 7.
Okay. You send out 2 blasts. They both wildly miss your targets, but slam into monitors and a chair over at the computer stand and blow those apart. And security guard notices this, takes a wild shot in your direction. I'm going to say from your area you have 3/4 cover, which is going to give you a +5 to your AC. Okay. In addition, he's at disadvantage, so there's a very small chance of him hitting you, but he's going to try. Your AC without the cover is 12. He misses. He shoots the reader and breaks the reader.
Oh shit. Okay. That was my turn. Was doing that.
Okay. He is going.
Oh, he's gonna. I'm gonna get back in cover though.
Okay.
He is going to come around and he is going to open the door.
Okay.
And he is going to take a shot at you. It is light in the room that you are in.
Okay.
So he does not have disadvantage for this one. But he misses anyway. I'm going to say he shoots a hole in the wall behind you.
Okay.
He yells, "Get down! Get down now! Get down!" He looks frightened and red in the face.
Okay. My turn?
Yep.
Okay, so you're saying that this does force damage, generally, the Eldritch Blast?
I believe so, but you can correct me if you're...
no, that works.
Because this is from
crackling
memory.
energy, make it range or something. Yeah, it's force damage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fire one Eldritch Blast at him and one at the light.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay. White is the light. So a 15 for the light and a 20 for him.
Okay. You definitely hit both. Roll damage for both, please.
Okay. Light is 4. Guard is 3. Additional damage.
I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$17.
17. Okay. So which do you shoot first, him or the light?
The light.
The light? Okay. You send your bolt up, you hit the light, the lights blow out, there's several up there, but you manage to blow out all 4 of them. And the panels from the ceiling actually lift up and cave in and start to fall down.
Oh, shit.
You step out of the way and prevent yourself from being hit by its falling ceiling panels. He does not. One hits him. And you see he looks hurt pretty bad by it. His neck goes like cricks as it falls on him. And then you proceed to blast him. Your blast hits him directly in the chest, and you watch his chest cave in, and blood and gore goes spraying across the room as he rolls out of the door and falls down dead. So now you're in a dark room with a partially caved-in ceiling. When you get back to the door,
yeah,
these 2 are gone.
Okay. I'm gonna do my minor action, pick up the guard's gun.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay. You are out of rounds.
Okay.
So go ahead and just let me know what you want to do.
Byron will hurriedly run over and use his Eldritch energy to call upon Zux's power to destroy all this evidence.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna quickly put on my clothes.
Sounds good to me.
Turn on my specs.
Alright.
Take some photos of that map. And then try to find the exit.
Do you leave the map there?
No, he will blast it as well.
Okay. And then where do you go?
Do I hear people running around still?
You do not.
What is the voice saying anything now?
No. I will say you do hear a couple of your regular voices.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Pablo, "Way to go, Ese, now get the fuck out of there."
Okay.
You hear William, "Now would be a good time to leave before the authorities arrive." And yeah, that's all you hear for now.
One last roll. Knowledge, or not knowledge, history, 22. Those stones, have I ever seen anything like those stones before?
They just look like rubble to you.
Oh, okay.
Like, they didn't look special. They didn't look rare. It literally just looked like chunks of concrete, like maybe from like an old building or something.
Okay. All right. Okay. And there weren't any of those scanners on any of the guards. It was just Agent Nightfall.
That is correct.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna try. I know that I saw a bunch of them leave that way, but I also saw one leave this way, so I'm gonna try this way.
Okay. You exit that door. 1 second. Yeah.
You see this parked outside?
What kind of vehicle is it?
It is. Give me a second while I look up the exact information for you. It is a, well, actually, to figure out how much you know about this car, go ahead and roll technology, I guess.
16.
16? It's a Chevy Impala. You're not sure what year. It looks pretty old, though.
Okay. I'll check for keys.
You do not see any keys inside the vehicle.
Any voices? Pablo, you know how where?
No. These did not exist when I was alive.
Huh.
You hear James's voice.
Yeah.
I do.
What do you want, James? You want me to play a video game if I survive this? What? I need to get out of here.
No, this is fun enough. Get in the car.
Okay, I'll get in.
Lock.
I'll try. I do have some picks now that I have my stuff back, so I'm gonna try picking the door.
Okay. That's going to be a slightly harder than normal one, but go ahead.
Does a 19.
Yeah, you do it easily. Not even hard. Okay.
What
I'm
time
gonna
of
say
day?
I'm gonna say you use a wire like hanger to do it though, instead of actually picking the keyhole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. So I get inside and.
Okay. He begins giving you instructions. I would like you to make a check. Are you proficient with? 1 second. Are you proficient with sleight of hand? Or
Yes.
You are proficient?
No, I'm not proficient.
Okay.
No.
Then just make a skill check with proficiency using your tools. If you were proficient in sleight of hand and also had your tools, you would have gotten advantage as well.
Oh, nice. 10.
10? No, I'm going to say you can't get it. You spend like 3 minutes or so there, like underneath the dash, kind of like fucking with wires. You shock yourself once, and he goes, "No, not like that, dude. Come on. Aw, really? Really? This is pathetic, man." He's just like chewing you out.
I'm
like,
missing part of my shoulder. Give me a break.
Busting your balls in your head. Do you try again?
Do I hear any sirens or anything? Yes, I do. Shit. Do I recognize this area at all?
Roll investigation.
No.
Okay, 9. You have no idea where you are.
Do I notice that there's a gate that I have to leave out of?
Yeah, you can see the gate over there. You are surrounded by fence. It is a chain link fence with wooden dowels in between the links. I don't know how to explain that better. Basically,
The posts.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
to make it to lessen the visibility and from one side to the other of the chain link fence.
Okay.
And then that's directly across from the door.
Okay.
To your left is just a wooden fence with large wooden boards that go up to a little wooden spike. And you see some trees on the other side of the fence. And to your right is a large gate.
How many trees?
There's several trees over there on the other side of the fence. They're not like hanging down. It wouldn't be easy to grab a tree or something.
No. It's not enough where it would be considered forest, right?
No.
Okay. No. And nothing that looks like a sewer grate, right?
I have to have some drainage. I will say over by the side where the chain link fence and the chain link fence is directly on the other side, there's a curb right before the fence, and that curb has a drain entrance there.
Okay.
I'm
gonna go for that. Irrigation.
Yeah, it's a sewer drain. What Stephen King's It came out of.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Does it have any? Is it barred or anything?
It is not barred.
Okay.
But it will take a successful acrobatics check to get down. It's not a very high AC because you are a thin, scrawny kid, but you are going to have to contort yourself a little bit in order to get down there.
Okay. Will a 10 cut it?
A 10 will cut it, but you have some difficulty. You scrape yourself, you bang your severely bleeding shoulder. I'm going to say you take another 3 points of damage from the whole encounter, and that is before you fall.
Ow.
And so from the fall down, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Let's go metal. 10.
10. That is just enough. You take only 1 point of damage as you hit.
Okay.
You manage to make it down into the sewer. It's sort of familiar feeling down here, though
It does seem a little newer, and it is very, very cramped compared to the last one that you were in.
Okay. I mean, do I have a choice of directions, or is it just like...
You do. You can go left or right.
Okay. Is there anything differentiating?
No, they both look this... Right is slightly more of a decline versus going uphill to the left. But very slight.
Okay.
It isn't steep.
I'll go down.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out of there.
Okay. You travel down the sewers, you hear some weird sounds, you're not quite sure what they are. You can't tell really if you're just spooking yourself or if there's actually anything down here, maybe rats or something.
Mm-hmm.
You might remember the giant rat that attacked Nadia the other day, so that might put a little bit of fear in you,
yeah.
Especially if you reeking the scent of blood.
Yeah.
But in the small back corner of your mind, you almost feel at home for some reason. It gets a lot more cramped, very tight, where you have to walk sideways.
Okay.
But eventually opens up to a larger pipe.
Okay. Where do the directions go from here? Is it just straight?
Whereas you can go, again, left or right from the open up. You do not know which cardinal direction is which at the moment.
Okay. I'll just take, I'll go right. How much longer? Just out of curiosity.
You are pretty much done at this point. You're really just trying to get to a safe stopping point. So.
Okay. I just because of my ride. That's all.
Right. As you're walking, you do see a couple opportunities to climb up a ladder to a grate you see above you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'll go up and peek out.
Okay. I need you to roll a strength check to see if you can get the grate off.
Will a 12 work?
Yes, with some strain, and you almost fall off the ladder, but you manage to slide it open.
Yeah, I'm doing this all with one shoulder because I can't do anything.
You see that you're right in the middle of the road somewhere.
Okay. What time of day
and
is it?
And you see cars passing by on either side. It looks like morning, maybe almost noon.
Okay. What would I roll to try to figure out where I am, if I recognize anything?
Survival.
Well then, yeah, will 18 do?
18 will. You recognize the area. You're probably about a block away from the library.
Okay. From where I'm at, do I see any cameras? Like either like stoplight cameras or pedestrian cameras?
No, you don't see anything. You do see a car coming.
Okay. Is this something like where I'm going to exit and it's in the middle of the road?
Yes.
Okay. Which side of the street is it going? Will it go over the manhole?
It will not go over the manhole.
Okay.
Unless he gets really close to the center of the road.
Right. Okay. I'll wait for the car to go by and then check again and try to dodge out.
Okay. You manage to get out.
Before I leave the sewer, though, I'm gonna brace myself and utter a few ancient words and try to heal myself. So cure wounds.
Okay. You succeed in doing so.
Okay. Oh, thank God. I got 7 back.
Alright.
So at least something. And I make sure that my jacket is covering, because I wasn't wearing clothes in the facility, but once I
you got dressed.
Yes, I'm dressed now. So,
what are you checking for?
I'm just making sure no cars are going by.
Not at the moment. You waited for one to pass before popping up.
All right, and then I'm going to try calling Nadia.
Okay. And I'll say that is the ending point for now.
Okay.
All right. So.
Yes.
What did you think of the session? How do you think it went? Do you have any last thoughts or questions? Any favorite parts? Lay it on me. What did you think about what happened? What is Byron's understanding of the situation?
I like the place and running through it. Byron feels like he's very lucky to have gotten out alive. He's also somewhat distrustful of this voice. This is like he's had urgency in his head before, like with Niobe and the creature, but this is a different feeling altogether. Mm-hmm. There's just something either off, or that he can't figure it out yet because he's got so much stuff that he's trying to figure out. But there's just something odd about this voice, this new one. He's also kind of curious about the interaction that Nightfall had with this other individual. The player has fun. I didn't like with the way it was being presented. For a while, I didn't see how I could get out of there alive. Mm-hmm. With the way the guards were on top of me. So I don't know if I moved too hasty or what happened there, but it looked like for a minute that I was gonna, like I thought I would die, like the character would die, because mm-hmm. he was already at, because I got as low as 8 out of 33.
Well, it was a possibility. Yeah. I wasn't gonna pull punches. If you died, you died. But I tried to give you the tools so there was a possibility for survival, and you made it out okay.
There's a lot. I cleared up some of the evidence, but I feel like there was some left behind. What do you think? What was the GM's perspective?
I thought it went well. I think that sometimes, I think that Byron is very, very good about thinking things through before taking action and weighing the possibilities and trying to make the smart decision. But I think sometimes he's poor at taking immediate action when time is of the essence.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about that assessment?
No, that's fair. I slowed down a lot because I was thrown off because I never knew that you could do ranged attacks of opportunity when you're in melee.
I need to double check that. I may be mistaken on that rule. My understanding is that you can. Okay. But I might be wrong.
That threw me for a loop because then that changed everything that I was going to try to do, because anything that I did try to do, unless I did a withdrawal, could instantly kill him. And so that did slow me down, and I do apologize for that.
It's okay. You were lucky you took out the lights when you did, because he got 2 nat 20s in a row that were both ruined by the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still didn't roll that great. A little bit with some of the skill checks later on, but like the attacks I did really bad.
What did you think of Nightfall fighting like a normal person?
It was interesting to see some constrictions with him, and it was nice for Byron to feel like he actually got in a solid hit. And Nightfall couldn't do much about it this time. He had to take some of that damage. So 3 bullet wounds later, I feel like I got a hit in. But to be fair, Byron has been really fucked up between the last however long. 3 bullets now, plus all the bruising to his back, his face.
You got bloody bandages around your left arm.
Yeah, I'm not a pretty sight.
Really quick, I'm going to stop the recording here.